The drums of war thunder once again.
Alrighty, it's Dalo back with a multi-boxing video, and here we go, the Deadmines. Finally, I get this uploaded after a couple of issues, a couple of days have gone past. But yeah, here we go. And as you can see, just starting off with the early bits, it's pretty easy here. These guys are all level 17, 18, maybe 19. So yeah, just using Arcane Explosion just to AoE these guys down. And picking off the elites as they come through. Okay, so my experience with the Deadmines. So I went in here at level 16 because I was getting so fed up with the amount of people questing in the open world. It was really hectic and frustrating. I was grinding normal mobs. It was doing my head in. So I just wanted to get in here as soon as I could, and that was at 16. At that point, I was grinding up until I was getting through the first boss, and I was getting up to the room of the second boss. I had a go at him and it was too hard. I was running out of mana. My gear wasn't good enough. I wasn't high enough level. Too many resists. So I decided to just basically go through the dungeon up to that point over and over, and then reset the instance, go out and do it again. I did this 3, 4, 5 times before I leveled. Unfortunately, this guy Raxor doesn't drop much. In those 4 kills, he didn't drop anything. But as you can see, I'm level 20 now. He's much easier. Just tear through him. Stop and have a drink. I like to clear my bag. So what I do is be careful after you kill this guy. The 2 mobs spawn behind you, which I've just seen here. So keep an eye out for that. But what I do is I transfer all the gear off onto my one of my other toons. I do Master Looter, so everything goes onto the tank, and then when he's full bags, I Master Loot. Sorry, I trade everything off on one of the other guys. So here we are, first boss down, coming up into another section, which is kill the elites, AoE down all the non-elites that are in here. More trading, fun. Okay, so my first clear, I managed to get to a full clear done at level 18, ding 19 before I had to fight Van Cleef. And I wiped on Van Cleef the first time before I got a good strategy, and then I was able to take him down. So once we get to Van Cleef, towards the end of the video, I'll talk through what I did. But yeah, again at this point, it's all pretty basic, just target down the elites, and AoE down the non-elites. Watch out for the evokers, because they do a big AoE spell and they spam it on you. So kill them as quick as possible and make sure that your tank is a fair distance away from the rest of your party. If you're melee, it might be a bit harder, but with ranged, and also try and shield bash to silence, or not to silence, to stop the cast. And yeah, and kill them as quick as possible. I've pulled 3 elites here, so I'm just AoEing them down. Once you get to level 20, this is possible. Before that, you probably want a single target, maybe even a sheep. Yeah, so be careful there. You can single pull or double pull most of these guys. Double pulls are fine at level 18. The triple pull might be a little bit tougher, so be careful there. Okay, so last elite down, and I think it's almost boss time. So this boss, he's got a lot of HP and he hits reasonably hard. So I'm just going to turn the sound down on my work laptop. Oh, that's all, I'll just leave that. So just ignore that, it's my work laptop. Okay, so that guy went down pretty easy. You wait for him, a second guy comes out of him, a second boss, so you might need to use your wands. You probably run out of mana. Just try and conserve as much mana on your priest as possible. So do a few heals on the priest and let him regen, do a few more heals on the priest, let him regen, and yeah, wand away if your mages run out of mana, which is certain to happen, especially at level 18. So he drops the cloth gloves most of the time. Again, you have another pat coming from behind you. So every time one of these doors open, a pat spawns at the start of the instance and starts walking towards you. So make sure that they go down when you're not fighting a thing. So I had an issue with the recording there. You might just skipped a few seconds ahead. I've had issues with OBS, the recording software, and I also had the server go down in the middle of this instance, which was kind of frustrating. So a few little hiccups, but finally gonna get the video out, which is good. So again, just clearing out the non-elites, going through these sections. This room we're about to go into is the, what do you call it? We'll go in there and we'll find out. It is called the Goblin Foundry. Now this is tricky. You want to hug the wall on the left. See what I'm hugging the wall on the left? And I'm dropping a sheep here one at a time. Now the craftsmen, keep them away from your group. They drop an AoE, which is quite frustrating. You can see all my guys are on fire now because I brought him too close to my main group. You do not want that to happen. It's a lot of healing. It's frustrating. See, okay, now I've got him a long way. He's just going to hit the... He didn't even do it. He could die too quick. So there's a little pat here. So pull him away. You don't want to pull all three at once. The engineers spawn in another elite called the golem. So once you pull them, they'll again spawn this other elite. They're also ranged. So you might want to bring them all the way back up the ramp, which is what I do in some situations. So again, keep the craftsmen away from your group. I've got 2 AoEs on me at the moment, so that's done. Hug the left. Pull the craftsmen, bring them back up the ramp. If you go too close, you can... These guys in the middle of the room, they sort of pat around, and if you go too close, you can bring him in. So here we go. I grab an engineer, I bring him back all the way up the ramp. Just keep him away from the guys. If you pull too many, you're going to wipe, especially because they spawn more ads themselves. So bring another one all the way up the ramp. Here he comes. Down the golems. If you don't kill the engineer quick enough, they'll spawn additional golems, so be careful of that. And here we go, another golem down. So slowly going through the room. This room is tedious. I like to do it all 1 kill at a time. I try not to pull too many mobs in here. There's no point. There's no non-elites, and there's not much AoE to be had unless you accidentally pull a large group and are confident you're going to be able to AoE them down. You'd want to be level 20 or more to do that, though. So here we go, hugging the left wall, using my gun, pulling them over. Bring the engineer back so he's in range of the casters, and then get him. These guys do run. So if you get them really low and they run and pull a bunch more elites, it can get tough, so be careful there. And we're on the boss now in the next pool, Gilneed. So just want to pick off these last few engineers and craftsmen. So the final boss, it's a 2 pull. I like to sheep the ad. We're about to head over there now. Okay, just a little pause. I think my son was crying or there was something happening. I had to go AFK for a minute, so I apologise for that. This is all in 4 times speed, so hopefully we're not sitting here too long. I don't think it was that long. Yeah, but all in all, the runs have been pretty smooth. Not too many deaths, and I've learnt a lot. I've actually improved my boxing a fair bit over these runs. So here we go. Sheep the ad. Hammer the boss down. Just get him down ASAP. Keep him away from your group. When a guy comes out of sheep, your boss should be almost dead, so you can just you don't need to resheep. Just get the craftsman. And there we go. So he drops smelting pants and the ring. The blue ring is what you want. It's +2 agility, +6 int. And at this stage, none of you guys have rings. So picking up rings for your casters is fantastic at this point. And again, more elites. Try and pull the elites one by one. It's also a good place to get your mining up in the Deadmines, because there are a few tin veins, there are a couple of copper veins, and I think that was a silver. So you do get some decent mining in here, which is good. Okay, so AoE down these non-elites. Now what you do here is you need to loot the, and don't forget the quests, the bandanas, across all your dudes. So all these guys drop bandanas, everything, and then drops bandanas for that quest. You loot the gunpowder, and then an elite will spawn. Take him out, a couple more non-elites. As soon as you shoot this with the gunpowder you just picked up, you'll get attacked by, I think, 2 elites and a companion. So be ready for that, especially if you're standing close to the door. If you're standing close to the door, you might pull additional guys behind the door as well. At this point, the server went down on me, and it went down for 2 to 3 hours for all of the Oceanic realms. So yeah, wasn't too much fun. You'll see my experience jump a fair bit here because I had to redo the instance up to this point and then start again recording again at this point. So I'm still level 20, but yeah, getting closer to 21 now. The XP in here is fantastic. I found it a great place to grind, a great place to level, especially with the open world, having not enough kill quests that are great for boxes. So I just basically kept farming Deadmines. It was just so good for XP. After this run, I even do it several more times. I get to level high 21s before I move on to wetlands and Red Ridge and that sort of stuff. Start doing kill quests there. So here we go. These guys, I like to stand back and pull with Frostbolt. With the slow, by the time they reach you, they're pretty much almost dead, which is great. And as soon as they get to you, I just taunt them off and finish them off. So here we go. One by one, kill these guys, drink. They've got a lot of HP, and these guys are level 20. So they take a little bit harder to kill, longer to kill. Now, Smite. Smite has 2 adds, both that are invisibles. So sneak in, pick up these guys, and get down the, what are they called? The non-bosses, the adds. So you get the adds down as quick as possible. I didn't sheep them, I didn't feel I needed to. Smite doesn't deal a lot of damage until he picks up his 3rd weapon. So even at this point I didn't feel he was doing that much damage. Now he goes and gets his mighty hammer and he starts hitting real hard now. So make sure you've got enough, enough mana left on your healer to be able to deal with this point. So these guys, I just body pull. You probably get both of them at once. Amazingly I didn't at that point, but yeah, there's only 2 of them, so not too bad. Now I like to go left and I like to kill Cookie as the next boss. I don't like jumping down because it can aggro a lot of mobs when you jump down if you don't jump in the right spot or something's patrolling in near that area. So I like to pull these mobs. It's all XP, so I like to go around the corner, kill this shipbuilder, and at this point I like to bring Cookie back to here. So have a drink, go and find Cookie. He pats around the bottom of the ship here. Keep him away from your group as he does a poison. And smash him down. He's just a tank and spank. Real easy. Just keep him away from your group. And he fears. So let him run, let him come back is what I did. And Tenderizer. He drops a good wand as well. So the mace and the wand. I've already got a weapon better than the mace for tanking, so I don't use that. Yeah, but the wand is good, especially if you've got a bunch of casters. It's better than the enchanting level 13 wand. Way better. So I've been using that for a fair bit now on a couple of my guys after that drop for me. So again, a lot of single pulls here. One by one, take them down, drink, use your wands. I like to use a couple of frostbolts and then wands on these guys just to make sure that my mana's never getting too low. But yeah, this is all pretty tank and spank, one at a time, nice and easy. Don't overextend yourself, don't go running in, do ranged pulls and you'll get through it pretty easily. Even these double pulls you can manage even at level 18 as long as you're managing your healing and keeping track of that and keeping your tank up. It shouldn't be too difficult. Bags are always full. It'll be nice when we get something bigger than 6 slots. Yeah, even across all my guys, so having to throw away random items to be able to get the greens. The greens are good for disenchanting. There's a lot of greens. You get so many greens. I'm still bankers full of greens, and disenchanting takes time. So yeah, you just get a lot of gear, and it's all money. You can put it on the AH. All the good stuff, the 2-handed weapons with strength and agility and stamina, I put on the AH. You get good money for it. 35 copper. 35 silver for some of the good itemised 2-handers, and they vendor for about 15. So good money in here. Here's one now. I'm pretty sure I sold that on the AH for about 35 silver, which is just good money. I think that's better than disenchanting them. Okay, so slowly making my way up. Now, be really careful when you go up this ramp here, when you're getting close to the ship, as the second last boss, I think is Green Skin, I think's his name. If you're on the ramp here and you go too close, especially around level 17, 18, and you go up there, he will aggro, and he'll run through the ship and pull all the mobs you haven't got to yet down with him, and wipe your group. The first time I did this, that happened. I was wasn't being that cautious, and yeah, so I like to leave the guys at the bottom, or what you do is you hug the left. You bring them up, hug the left. You see him go past there. If I was level 17 where I'm standing, he may still pull. So be very careful, because you know that's almost going to be a wipe. When I actually do green skin, I sheep one of the ads, kill the other ad, and then kill the sheep, and then kill green skin. I've found that's the best tactic that works for me. So here we go. I stand here, wait for him. I'll sheep this guy. I'll get the other two. And here I made a mistake and I accidentally targeted the sheep. Luckily I'm high enough level now where I can actually heal and tank through this. But yeah, be careful at level 18, 19 if you do that. You want to have one sheeped and to stop it. So he's down. After the two ads are down, it's just a tank and spank. So, and he drops a pretty good, I think he drops the staff, but it's really rare. I never saw it. Okay, now on to VC. Now I like to start out here. The two ads in VC will come running out. As soon as they do, I'll make sure my blood rage is up, and I'll drop a demo shout to get aggro on all three of them. Now what I want to do is start trying to get sunders on as many of these guys as possible. See how I'm leaving it late before I start healing? I don't want to get any healing aggro, so I actually let my guy get a bit lower than I should have, I think, there. And then I'm going to start hammering DPS with all my guys. So I wait on DPS until the sunders are up. Now here I've got healing aggro on VC. So you can see my priest start taking some damage. I race over there, try and have your taunt ready to go so you can taunt him back onto you. That's pretty important. At this, I might have been a bit not too great with the taunt there, but I managed to get a sunder on him, got him back over. He's 21, so if you're only level 18, you might get some resists on your taunts and your sunders, which can be really frustrating, especially because holding aggro on this fight is key. If he's attacking your clothies, it's bad news. Okay, so now that I've got the two ads down, all I'm doing is wanding VC. He doesn't do a huge amount of DPS without his ads. So you can sit here, heal, tank. What you want to do is conserve mana until these ads pop. Now these ads pop, I'm going to demo shout, get aggro on them, and now I'm going to hammer these ads down as quick as possible. Because while these ads are up, the DPS is much larger across my tank, and I think one of them's also pulled aggro onto the priest, so I'm also taking damage there, which you don't want to do. Okay, so one's down. Now hammer the other one down. My priest is starting to get a bit low on mana here. It's getting a bit dicey. Make sure you have a pot available on your priest. So I have that as 6, so I make sure I can just go 6 pot. I've dropped a pot on my priest and I've dropped a heal pot on my tank. So now I've got a bit more mana. I've gotten the ads down. Now it's just VC. My mana is running low again here, but so basically I want VC dead as soon as possible. I've used my pots. If he doesn't go down now, I'm not getting him down because I'm out of mana. Luckily, the mages take him out, and good news, VC down. So that's it. That's the Deadmines, guys. I hope that was exciting. It was good. Been an absolute joy to play it. I've been through it a few times now, so my team does a cheer. Good stuff. So yeah, like, subscribe. Wailing Caverns coming up very soon. So yeah, exciting times. All right. I'm Dalo. Bye for now.